Look around. Most people will never be rich. Most people will never escape. Most people will spend their entire lives trapped in a cycle of mediocrity, doubt, and hesitation. Why? Because they refuse to see the truth. Not the watered-down garbage they teach you in school. Not the lies they feed you about working hard and saving money. The real truth. The truth about why you're still broke. You think it's the economy? You think it's bad luck? You think it's someone else's fault? No. The real reason you're not rich is you. Your identity is holding you back. Your fears are chaining you down. Your excuses are robbing you blind. But here's the brutal reality. You are not a victim. You are the only one responsible for where you are. And if you keep making the same mistakes, if you keep thinking the way you've always thought, if you keep living like everyone else, you will stay exactly where you are. Or worse, you'll fall even further behind. But today, you have a choice. You can keep living in denial, keep repeating the same patterns, keep wondering why nothing changes. Or you can face the truth. Because in this video, I'm going to give you 10 laws of wealth, 10 brutal lessons that will either set you free or expose why you'll stay broke forever. These are not tips. They are the rules of the game. And those who follow them, they win. Those who don't, they stay slaves to their own limitations. So listen carefully, take notes, and don't you dare stop watching. Because this is not just another motivation video. This is your wake-up call. And if you ignore it, you might as well stay asleep. Lesson 1. Rewriting your identity for wealth. The silent prison that keeps you poor. Look in the mirror. That reflection staring back at you. That's your captor. Not the economy. Not your upbringing. Not society. It's you. Your self-image. That quiet, unnoticed script running in the background is the invisible prison that keeps you broke. See, most people are not poor because of their circumstances. They are poor because of their identity. They believe they're just getting by. They see themselves as average, someone who wasn't born into wealth, someone who struggles. And so, they stay exactly where they believe they belong. Because that's how the mind works. Your actions will never betray your identity. If you see yourself as someone meant for a small, safe life, every choice you make, consciously or unconsciously, will make sure you stay right there. Your identity acts like an invisible ceiling. You might get lucky, land a good job, start a business, make some money. But if deep down you still see yourself as someone who isn't really meant to be rich, you will self-destruct. You will sabotage your success. You will find a way to lose it all. And then, you'll call it bad luck. But it was never luck. It was your identity rejecting wealth like a virus. And here's the hard truth. Until you rewrite that identity, you will never escape. Who do you think you are? Right now you've been conditioned, programmed, to believe you are a certain type of person. A person who makes a certain amount of money, lives a certain way, tolerates certain struggles. But let me ask you, what if that identity is a lie? What if every struggle you've ever faced wasn't because of external forces, but because you were following a script that was never yours to begin with? And what if you could rewrite that script? Not with wishful thinking, not with fake affirmations, but by becoming someone new? I'm not talking about pretending. I'm talking about stepping into your true self, the version of you that was always meant for greatness, but was buried under years of mediocrity. Step into your new identity. Here's how you start. Decide who you want to become, not what you want to have, who you want to be. Study that version of yourself. What do they think? How do they act? What do they tolerate? Start showing up as that person every day. Not when you feel like it. Every single day. Because here's the secret. You don't become rich and then act like a wealthy person. You act like a wealthy person and then become rich. This is not fantasy. This is psychology. Your mind does not differentiate between what is real and what is vividly imagined. If you act as if you are already successful, your mind will find ways to make it real. The only thing standing in the way is your old self, the one that wants to keep you small. So kill that old identity. Bury it. Stop calling yourself broke. Stop calling yourself average. Stop saying, "I don't know how." You are not those things anymore. From this moment forward, you are a different person. One who is relentless, disciplined, and capable of creating limitless wealth. Now the question is, are you willing to let go of the version of yourself that's been keeping you poor? Or are you so attached to your past identity that you'd rather stay trapped forever? The choice is yours. But make no mistake, your new life begins the moment you decide you are someone else. And if you don't make that decision, then enjoy your cage. Lesson 2. Setting your North Star. The power of clear goals. The lost wanderer will never find treasure. There's a reason most people never become rich. It's not because they're not smart enough. It's not because they don't work hard enough. It's not even because of bad luck. It's because they are lost, drifting, wandering through life without direction. They wake up, go to work, scroll through their phones, talk about one day getting rich, one day starting that business, one day making big moves. But one day never comes, because they have no North Star, no clear, defined, ruthless goal to anchor them, to guide every single step they take. And without that, they remain trapped in circles, working hard, but going nowhere. The world rewards those who know where they're going. Imagine two men in the middle of a vast desert. One has a compass and a clear destination. The other is walking aimlessly, hoping he'll figure it out as he goes. Who do you think survives? Wealth is no different. The people who know exactly where they're going and what they want, they win. They don't waste time on distractions. They don't get lost in doubt. They don't hesitate. They move forward with precision, step by step, mile by mile, until they arrive. And those who just want to be successful without a defined goal, they waste years. They second-guess themselves. They jump from idea to idea. They never reach the finish line because they never chose one to begin with. Pick your target, or be a slave to someone else's. Right now, if I asked you, what exactly are you aiming for? Could you answer me? Not some vague idea. Not some, I just want to make a lot of money. A real, defined, non-negotiable target. Is it a $10 million net worth? Is it financial freedom by 40? Is it building an empire that lasts generations? If you don't have an answer, you're already losing. Because here's the cold truth. If you don't set your own goal, someone else will set it for you. And that means you'll end up spending your life working for someone who does have a goal, building their dream, while yours rots in the graveyard of wasted potential. A North Star makes failure impossible. When you lock in on a goal with ruthless clarity, failure becomes irrelevant. It no longer matters how many times you get knocked down, because you always know where you're going. If you get sidetracked, you correct course. If you fall, you get back up. If things take longer than expected, you adjust. But you never stop, because the destination is already decided. And when you commit to a goal with absolute certainty, success stops being a question of if and becomes a matter of when. Now decide, or stay lost forever. Right now, you have a choice. You can keep wandering, keep hoping that someday, somehow, money will just happen for you. Or you can sit down, Define exactly what you want and commit to chasing it with everything you have. There is no middle ground. A vague goal will give you a vague result. A weak goal will give you weak effort. A non-existent goal will give you nothing. So decide. What is your North Star? Write it down. Be specific. Make it so clear that if a stranger read it, they'd know exactly what you're after. And then, burn it into your mind. Let it drive every decision you make. Because once you truly know where you're going, nothing will stop you from getting there. Lesson 3. Destroying self-doubt and building unshakable belief. The enemy inside your head. There is a voice inside your mind, a whisper, a shadow, a parasite. It questions you. It second-guesses you. It mocks you every time you dare to dream of something bigger. You're not good enough. You don't have what it takes. You're going to fail. That voice, that's your greatest enemy. Not the economy, not your circumstances, not even the competition. That voice, self-doubt, is what will destroy you if you let it. And here's the terrifying truth. It's already winning. Because every time you hesitate, every time you shrink, every time you hold yourself back instead of taking action, it grows stronger. And the longer you listen, the deeper it buries its claws into your mind. Until one day, you wake up and realize you've wasted years of your life obeying a lie. The truth they never told you. That voice in your head, it is not real. It was planted in you by your past failures, by your upbringing, by a society that doesn't want you to believe you have power. But the people who win in life, the ones who break out of mediocrity and achieve insane wealth, they kill that voice. They don't entertain doubt. They don't hesitate. They don't stop to question whether they deserve success. They move forward, relentlessly, like it's already theirs, because it is. And because they believe in themselves with an unshakable, almost delusional certainty. Reality bends to match that belief. Belief is the foundation of action. Every action you take, or don't take, comes down to one thing. Do you truly believe you're capable of success? Because if you don't believe it, you won't commit. You won't take risks. You'll keep playing small, doubting yourself into mediocrity, while someone else, someone with less talent, but more certainty, claims the life you were too afraid to chase. But when you believe in yourself with absolute conviction, you stop hesitating. You stop waiting for permission. You start acting like a person who wins. And when you act like that person, you become that person. Because here's the secret no one tells you. The only difference between those who succeed and those who don't is the level of belief they have in themselves. The world will never give you permission to be great. You have to take it. Kill the doubt, or it will kill you. Right now, you have a choice. You can keep listening to the voice that tells you you're not ready, that you're not worthy, that you don't have what it takes. And you can watch another year pass by with nothing changing. Or you can silence it. You can choose, right now, to never doubt yourself again. Not because you have all the answers, not because you know exactly how you'll succeed, but because you refuse to accept anything less than victory. No one is coming to hand you confidence. No one is coming to convince you that you're good enough. You have to decide that you are. Because in the end, there are only two types of people in this world. Those who believe in themselves and build the life they want, and those who don't. So, which one are you? Lesson 4. Using fear as fuel for growth. Fear is the gatekeeper of success. Fear. That cold grip in your chest. That hesitation in your mind. That invisible chain around your ankles keeping you from stepping forward. Most people obey it. They feel the fear and retreat. They justify their inaction with excuses. They tell themselves, now's not the right time. And so they wait, and wait, and wait, until they wake up one day and realize they waited their whole life. But here's the truth. No one tells you. Fear is not your enemy. Fear is your map. It is the clearest, most accurate sign of exactly where you need to go. Because every goal, every dream, every opportunity that has the power to change your life lies on the other side of fear. Fear is a liar. Fear tells you that staying safe is the best option, that avoiding risk is smart. But what has staying safe actually gotten you? Has it made you wealthy? Has it made you powerful? Has it built the life you want? Or has it kept you exactly where you are, stuck, stagnant, watching others move forward, while you remain trapped behind an invisible wall? That's what fear does. It keeps you small. It convinces you that you're protecting yourself, when in reality, you're just avoiding the person you're supposed to become. Fear is the gateway to power. The most successful people in the world feel fear just like you. The difference? They run toward it. They know that fear is a sign that they're on the edge of something powerful, something that will force them to level up. So instead of retreating, they push forward. They make the investment even when they feel uncertain. They take the risk even when it scares them. They step into the unknown because they know that's where the rewards are. Fear is not a stop sign. Fear is a doorway. And the only way to unlock the life you want is to walk through it. Do it scared, but do it anyway. Right now, there's something you know you need to do. Something that's been calling you. An opportunity, a decision, a risk. And fear has been whispering in your ear, telling you to wait. Ignore it. Feel the fear. Acknowledge it. And then move forward anyway. Because if you wait for the fear to disappear before you take action, you'll be waiting for the rest of your life. You have two choices. Let fear control you. Stay where you are. Look back years from now and regret every opportunity you were too afraid to take. Use fear as fuel. Walk toward it. Break through it. Watch your entire life transform because you had the courage to step forward. Most people choose the first option. That's why most people never achieve real success. But you know better now. So what's it going to be? Will you keep letting fear hold you back? Or will you finally break through it and take what's yours? Lesson 5. Taking 100% responsibility for your wealth. No one is coming to save you. Look around. Everything in your life, your bank account, your job, your relationships, your daily routine, you built it. Every choice you've made has led you here. Every excuse you've told yourself has kept you stuck. And yet, most people refuse to take responsibility. They point fingers. They blame the government. They blame their upbringing. They blame the economy, their boss, their parents, even bad luck. But here's the truth. As long as you blame anything outside of yourself, you will never escape mediocrity. Because every time you blame something else, you give away your power, and no one is coming to give it back to you. The harsh reality no one wants to hear. Right now, there are people who started with less than you, less money, fewer opportunities, worse circumstances, and they're out there building empires. Why? Because they stopped playing the victim. They stopped waiting for someone to rescue them. They stopped making excuses. They stopped wasting energy on things outside their control and took full ownership of their future. And that's exactly what you must do if you ever want to break free. No more blaming. No more excuses. No more waiting. The moment you take 100% responsibility for where you are and where you're going, that is the moment you take control of your destiny. Your life is a direct reflection of your choices. It's easy to blame external forces. It's comforting to think that your failures weren't your fault. But the reality is, your financial situation is a direct result of your decisions. If you're broke, it's because of the way you've handled money. If you're stuck in a job you hate, it's because you haven't made a move. If your business isn't growing, it's because of the actions or inactions you've taken. And that's not a bad thing. Because if you're the reason you're stuck, that means you're also the solution. Excuses or results, you can't have both. Every successful person has faced obstacles. Every millionaire has been knocked down, rejected, humiliated. But they refuse to let those challenges define them. Because they understood something most people never will. You can either make excuses or you can make money. But you can't do both. You can tell yourself stories about why you haven't made it yet. Or you can rip those stories apart and start taking action. You can keep blaming outside forces for where you are. Or you can take responsibility and start fixing it. One path keeps you weak. The other makes you unstoppable. No one is coming. It's on you. No one is going to hand you wealth. No one is going to build your success for you. The government won't save you. Your boss won't save you. Your friends, your family, your circumstances, they won't save you. And that's a good thing. Because the moment you stop waiting for someone else to change your life, you realize you have the power to change it yourself. Make the decision. Own everything. From this moment on, stop making excuses. Take full, ruthless responsibility for your success. If you fail, own it and learn. If you struggle, figure it out. If you want wealth, build it. Because the truth is brutal, but simple. No one is coming to save you. It's all on you. So what are you going to do about it? Lesson 6. Eliminating ego and embracing lifelong learning. Your ego is the enemy of your success. There is something inside you, something that whispers in the back of your mind. I already know this. I don't need advice. I've got it all figured out. That voice, that's your ego. And if you let it control you, it will destroy you. Because nothing will kill your success faster than believing you already know everything. Ego keeps you small. Most people never reach their full potential. Not because they aren't smart enough, not because they don't have opportunities, but because their ego won't let them learn. They think asking for help makes them weak. They think admitting they don't know something makes them look stupid. They think success is about proving they're right instead of becoming better. And so, they stop learning. They stop growing. They stop listening. And without even realizing it, they slowly become irrelevant. Outworked, outsmarted, and overtaken by those who had the humility to keep improving. The world belongs to the students, not the know-it-alls. Look at the most successful people in the world. The billionaires, the legends, the empire builders. They never stop learning. They seek criticism. They crave improvement. They surround themselves with people smarter than them because they know that growth is the key to power. Meanwhile, the average person clings to their fragile ego, terrified of being seen as wrong or less than. And so, they remain exactly where they are, stagnant, stuck, proud of their ignorance while others pass them by. Kill the ego, or stay broke forever. The moment you believe you've arrived, you've already lost. Because success is not a destination. It's a process, a lifelong journey of learning, unlearning, and adapting. Your ego will tell you that asking for help is weakness. It's not. Your ego will tell you that criticism is an attack. It's not. Your ego will tell you that admitting you don't know something makes you look stupid. It doesn't. What does make you look stupid? Refusing to learn. You have two choices. Cling to your ego. Stay the same. Keep repeating the same patterns, making the same mistakes, and getting the same mediocre results. Kill your ego. Become a student. Seek knowledge. Accept feedback. Surround yourself with people who challenge you and push you to level up. One path keeps you trapped in average. The other leads to power, success, and unstoppable growth. The choice is yours. So tell me, are you brave enough to admit you don't know everything? Or will your ego keep you poor? Lesson 7. Overcoming the comparison trap and staying in your lane. The more you watch others, the more you lose yourself. Every day you scroll, you see people flashing wealth. You see entrepreneurs hitting milestones. You see others winning while you're still fighting to take your first real step. And in the back of your mind, a voice creeps in. Why am I not there yet? Why is it so easy for them? Maybe I'm just not good enough. And just like that, the comparison trap tightens its grip. You start questioning your path. You start doubting your progress. You start thinking that maybe, just maybe, you're falling behind. This is how most people lose the game before they even start. Not because they're incapable, not because they lack opportunity, but because they waste their energy watching someone else's journey instead of building their own. Comparison will steal your focus, your confidence, and your future. Understand this. The more you focus on someone else's success, the less energy you have to build your own. Every minute spent envying someone else is a minute not spent leveling up. Every second wasted questioning your own progress is a second stolen from your future success. Every time you measure your chapter 1 against someone else's chapter 20, you set yourself up for failure. Because here's the truth. You are not on their path. You are not running their race. You are not playing their game. And if you keep looking at their scoreboard instead of playing to win your own game, you will never get ahead. No one posts their failures. Social media, success stories, highlight reels. They only show you the wins. What you don't see are the years of struggle, the silent failures, the moments they wanted to quit, but didn't. But when you compare yourself, you're not comparing reality. You're comparing your behind the scenes to their best moments. And that's a game you will always lose. The only competition that matters is you versus you. You don't need to be better than anyone else. You need to be better than who you were yesterday. That's it. Did you learn more today than you did last week? Did you make more moves today than you did yesterday? Are you consistently leveling up, no matter how small the steps? If the answer is yes, then you are winning. Period. Because the truth is, it doesn't matter how fast someone else is moving. It only matters that you don't stop. Lock in and stop looking around. Right now, you have a choice. You can keep wasting your energy watching others, doubting yourself, and wondering if you'll ever make it. Or you can put your head down and work. Focus on your lane. Track your progress. Build your empire. Because the moment you stop worrying about what everyone else is doing and start competing with yourself every single day, that's the moment you start winning. So what's it going to be? Will you keep watching from the sidelines? Or will you finally get in the game and make them watch you? Lesson 8. Mastering action over perfectionism. The graveyard of overthinkers is filled with wasted potential. How many times have you told yourself you'll start tomorrow? How many hours have you spent planning, researching, overanalyzing, without ever pulling the trigger? You tell yourself you're just being careful, that you need to make sure everything is perfect before you begin. But let me tell you the cold, hard truth. Perfectionism is just procrastination in disguise. It's fear wearing a mask. It's insecurity pretending to be preparation. It's your mind tricking you into believing you're working when really, you're just delaying the inevitable. And the longer you wait, the further behind you fall. The myth of the perfect plan. You think you need to know everything before you start? Then explain this. Why do so many less intelligent, less skilled, less prepared people make it further than you? Because while you're stuck overanalyzing every possible scenario, they are out there making moves. They don't need a perfect plan. They don't wait for certainty. They take action and figure it out along the way. And guess what? That's how success works. No one who built something great had it all figured out from the start. They learned by doing. They failed forward. They took messy, imperfect action and refined their process along the way. And because of that, they won. Overthinking is a death sentence. Here's what happens when you refuse to take action. Opportunities disappear. While you're getting ready, someone else is taking the shot you were too afraid to take. Momentum dies. The longer you wait, the harder it gets to start. Regret sets in. One day you'll look back and realize you wasted years waiting for a perfect moment that never came. How much longer are you going to wait? Another week? Another year? Another decade? Do you think the world will pause for you? Do you think success is going to wait while you hesitate? Because it won't. The opportunities you're stalling on today, someone else is taking them. And soon, it will be too late. Action is the only answer. If you want to win, you need to start moving. Now. Not when you feel ready. You'll never feel ready. Not when the plan is perfect. There is no perfect plan. Not when the fear is gone. Fear never disappears. You just stop listening to it. The rule of relentless action. From now on, make this rule non-negotiable. If you have an idea, take action within 48 hours. If you see an opportunity, move on it immediately. If you feel hesitation creeping in, shut it down and make a decision. Because you don't need another week to think about it. You need to start. So what's it going to be? Will you keep waiting for the perfect moment? Or will you finally take the imperfect action that will change your life? Lesson 9. Obsessing over results. The fastest way to fail. You're too focused on the finish line to run the race. You want success. You want wealth. You want to win. So every day you check the scoreboard. You obsess over how much money you've made. You stress about how far you are from your goal. You ask yourself, why am I not there yet? And with every passing day, that frustration grows. The doubts creep in. The impatience takes over. And before you know it, you're burned out. You're drained. You're stuck. Not because you're incapable, not because you're unlucky, but because you're focusing on the outcome instead of the work. The iron law of success. Listen carefully. The people who win don't obsess over results. They obsess over mastery. The millionaire investor doesn't check his account every hour. He focuses on making the right moves consistently. The top athlete doesn't stare at the scoreboard. He focuses on executing the next play. The self-made entrepreneur doesn't panic over daily sales. He focuses on building the machine that will generate wealth over time. Results are a side effect of disciplined action. But most people, they want shortcuts. They want instant gratification. And when they don't see overnight success, they quit. That's why so few make it. Because they're too impatient to put in the work long enough for the results to come. You're asking the wrong question. Most people constantly ask, when will I be successful? But the real question should be, am I consistently doing the right things to create success? Because if you focus on your daily habits, the results will take care of themselves. If you train like a champion, you will become one. If you invest wisely and patiently, wealth will come. If you refine your craft and take relentless action, success is inevitable. It's cause and effect. But the moment you start obsessing over the finish line instead of running the race, you lose. Detach from the outcome. Lock in on the process. If you truly want to win, stop staring at the scoreboard. Instead, ask yourself, what habits am I building every day? Am I taking the right actions consistently? Am I improving, even if I can't see the results yet? Because success isn't found in the future. It's built in the present, day by day, step by step. And the ones who commit to playing the game, no matter how long it takes, they are the ones who win. Now, make a decision. Will you keep obsessing over results, watching the clock, stressing over how far you have to go? Or will you finally commit to the process, trust the work, and let success take care of itself? One path leads to frustration, self-doubt, and failure. The other leads to wealth, power, and complete mastery. So, what's it going to be? Lesson 10. Fear of spending. The silent killer of wealth. You can't save your way to riches. You've been told a lie. They told you to play it safe. They told you to save every penny. They told you to cut back, live small, and protect what little you have. And now, you hesitate to spend money, even when it could multiply your income. You fear investing in yourself, even when it could change your future. You think being careful with money is the key to wealth. But let me tell you something most people never understand. You cannot save your way to riches. Money is a tool, not a prison sentence. Most people live in scarcity mode. They think money is something to be hoarded, that the less they spend, the safer they are. But the wealthy, they don't see money as something to protect. They see it as something to deploy. They know that the right investments in skills, knowledge, assets, and networks are what separate the rich from the poor. The poor cling to their dollars like they're drowning, too afraid to use them. The rich put their dollars to work, so they bring back more. You're trapped in scarcity thinking. If you're afraid to spend money on things that could make you wealthier, you have the wrong mindset. You hesitate to buy books, courses, or coaching, yet wonder why you don't have the knowledge to succeed. You avoid investing in your business, yet complain that you're not making enough money. You refuse to hire help, yet wonder why you're burned out and not scaling. You think you're being smart by holding on to your money, but in reality, you're starving your own growth. The wealthy think differently. Wealthy people don't see money as something to be protected at all costs. They see it as a tool for expansion. They invest in their skills because they know knowledge pays for itself. They invest in assets because they know money should multiply. They invest in people and networks because they know access is more valuable than savings. And because of that, they always stay ahead. Meanwhile, the poor stay trapped in fear, afraid to invest, afraid to grow, afraid to take risks, and so they never break free. You will never get rich. Playing defense. Let me make this clear. I'm not telling you to be reckless with your money. I'm telling you to be strategic. Stop spending on distractions, but start spending on expansion. Stop wasting money on liabilities, but start investing in assets. Stop being afraid to let go of money, but start using it to buy freedom, power, and opportunity. Because money is not something to be preserved. It is something to be multiplied. Now choose your path. You have two choices. Keep hoarding your money out of fear. Stay small, play it safe, and wonder why you never break through. Start using money as a weapon. Invest in yourself, take calculated risks, and start building something that will pay you for life. One path leads to stagnation. The other leads to true wealth. So tell me, will you keep playing it safe? Or will you finally start playing to win? You've heard the truth. Not the sugar-coated lies they sell to keep you comfortable. Not the nonsense about manifesting wealth without action. The real rules of the game. Now you have a decision to make. You can walk away from this video and do what most people do. Nothing. You can nod your head, feel inspired for 5 minutes, and then go right back to the same habits that have kept you broke. Or you can make a choice. A real choice. A choice to stop making excuses. A choice to kill the doubts, the fears, the hesitation. A choice to step into the mindset that creates wealth instead of wishing for it. Because here's the harsh truth. No one is coming to save you. Not your boss. Not the government. Not some miracle opportunity. It's on you. Your future will either be one of power and financial freedom, or one of regret and wasted time. And that future? It's being decided right now. So ask yourself, are you ready to break free? Or will you keep living like everyone else? Trapped, blind, and waiting for a salvation that will never come. The choice is yours. But understand this. Wealth isn't given. It's taken. And the ones who take it, they don't hesitate. So, what are you going to do?